Did you catch that reference? Yo, what's up and welcome back. Just back to Angel's Reach. As always, I'm Angel, and today I saw a video on Instagram the other day, and it was a bunch of kids dressed up as their favorite memes for I don't know, school spirit day or something like that in their high school or middle school. And it brought me so much joy because I think there was someone dressed as like tongue so or something like that, and someone was like the gay little monkey at the Apple store. But one of the last one in the video was how was he holding that, or how was he pulling that? How was he pulling that? That's exactly what it was. Because it was the armless dude from the Dave Portnoy Pizza Barstool one bite review of some place in New York. I think it was like some really hectic spot, and or maybe it was like Chicago or Seattle or something like that. I don't know. It was like this pizza place. And where Dave Portnoy had an awkward experience, like an insane experience, and so it was an insane reference to pull for like a meme, and so like it brought me back to school spirit day, like school meme day on my at my high school, and how like a couple people like went as memes and stuff like that, and I remember going as Filthy Frank, and like I mean, ironically enough, I'm still a motherfucking meme machine. Memes have been like a huge part of my life, like uh memes and like jokes and comedy in general, like as far back as I can remember. I've always loved making people laugh, and I loved jokes and referring to stuff with people and having these sort of references, and let me sort of go back a bit. So like my first ever like meme or like attempt at like humor or attempt at understanding humor, I think came from my brother would always be laughing at his computer or at his phone, and like it would all be like pictures that his friend would send him and stuff, and one of them was like in the fields or something like that after like yeah, so one of his friends sent him, "Oh, in my fields" or something like that, and I was like, "Honey, what does that mean?" And he was like, "Oh, it's just a meme." And I was like, "What's a meme?" And like he was like, he didn't specifically tell me what a meme was, but without telling me, he kind of let me know that it was like a sort of like an inside joke, like an image of an inside joke or sort of reference, or like attempt at humor. And so, without saying that, he instead he like gave me an example. He was like, "Oh, like imagine someone killed off your favorite character. You would say like, oh, in my feels,' which that I mean like that was an okay example, but that wasn't explaining what in my feels was. Like, you know what I mean? He just sort of said the phrase, and so I remember taking it upon myself to look up other memes and stuff like that. And I went down a crazy rabbit hole, like, like both like the ugly 2011 or 2012, like impact font memes, and then like 4chan boards, and then I got familiar with like Reddit and stuff like that. And it was crazy. It was crazy. And I remember going on Google and looking up memes and looking up all the images and stuff like that, and all the terrible, like, the generic memes that get thrown onto like Google or whatever. And so I funnily enough, I specifically remember actually my sister, she's only 2 years younger than me, like she ended up finding memes on her own too somehow, and then she ended up sending me like one or two, and it was like Sheldon Cooper, and it was like love is in the air, false oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and carbon dioxide is in the air, you know what I mean, or like that lame 2009 ass meme or something. And so I was like, oh man, that's really funny that she's sort of having her own journey with like humor and jokes and memes now. And yeah, specifically seeing the video of the kids like referencing that, and yeah, I mean that warmed my heart, because like it's really easy to, get it's really easy to say like things aren't funny anymore, or you know what I mean, or like it's really easy to say like I mean, the comedians you look up to don't post as frequently anymore, or like aren't around, or um you know what I mean? Or maybe you just don't find things as funny, or people. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. You can't be laughing all the time and stuff. But I mean, like some of my favorite comedians and content creators don't post as often anymore, and like it's almost kind of counterculture at this point to try to remain relevant and sort of like try too hard to, you know what I mean, stay in public image and also be relevant. I think because like you don't want to force a meme. You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to be funny. Everyone thinks they can go viral and say something funny and have a funny comment, but really you can't. You know what I mean? Like it's really. I mean, granted, it's a formula. Like you can probably figure out the algorithm and test it, and you know have stuff like that going on. But I mean, like, uh, it's hard to see what sticks because people are constantly ever changing. Our sense of humor is constantly evolving, and that's kind of what I wanted to touch on now. What touch on? Because humor, it's sort of become a hat on a hat at this point. Memes have sort of become a reference to themselves. Things sort of cycle and go like into and out of relevance at the drop of a hat. And 1 second it's funny to make a 6-7 joke, and the next you're washed and you're unk, and then at the next point you're like you're still saying unk, and then some people are like, "What do you think unk means?" Oh, I didn't know that that's what unk meant. What is it? Wait, what? Chud? You mean Chad? Like it's so evolving, and it's like so like self uh sufficient self what's the right word, hold up, it's self-sustaining. Memes are sort of like they need themselves to live, you know what I mean? They need I guess they need us to absorb them for us to like spread them around and stuff like that. They're like viruses, they sort of stick in you, like Parasite, man. What a good example. I love Parasite. I gotta rewatch that movie for sure. But yeah, but even like for yeah, like 6-7 for example. Example, what the hell, for example, like that. I mean, that was relevant for what, a couple you know, a couple weeks, maybe like a few months, and then people immediately started getting sick of it. Like people would like roll their eyes whenever you would point it out, and you know, I mean, kids still laugh whenever you do that and stuff like that. It's like almost Pavlovian at this point. But yeah, universal language, comedy, music, food, you know, universal languages sort of thing. But yeah, love is a universal uh but yeah. I I've been thinking about like just how quickly memes evolve. I mean, I remember watching this YouTuber Polosaurus Rex, some English bloke named oh my gosh, Lewis. Yeah. Super dope channel as well. Very low vibe, you know, sort of chill content that you can check out and stuff. Super highly recommend. Not just liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell on my account, but on that account as well. That's an actual good YouTube channel. Now, I remember he had a series called Memes of the month, because there was seemingly like at least four, like at least like 5 to 10 memes like a month, like from like Uganda Knuckles and like the coffin dance to like do you know the way and stuff. Like all of that stuff was sort of happening in within weeks of each other, and like within days, honestly, sometimes, because people were having into like people were then like mixing up the memes and sort of like breathing life to new memes, low flow genuinely, you know what I mean? Like it's insane, like the amount of control, yet simultaneously lack of control we have over culture and what make or like the comedy in culture, you know what I mean? I guess maybe culture as well. You can sort of expound this to, you know, other elements of other elements, both social and, you know, like physical, I guess, of society. I don't know what physical aspects of society would be, but yeah, you know what I mean. I just wanted to sound smart. I wanted to add another element there because I said and or both or whatever. Yeah, but like I get overstimulated sometimes with how advanced memes are. Like everything is a reference to something, and I mean, you might have seen that image, that famous image of the eagle catching a baseball. That's exactly what memes have come to at this point, because it's supposed to signify that in and of itself is a reference. It's supposed to signify, oh, I caught that reference, and so people have, you know, taken that and flown with it. One of my favorite images on my phone is literally just, oh, did I? Oh, it was close. And one of my favorite images on my phone is literally the oversimplified version of that image, which is just like eagle, claw, 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 ball. You can't see ball because it's written in white text, but it's because it's just like it's sort of like loss, another like reference where you can oversimplify something and sort of get the point and the understanding, and that's I mean, that sort of goes to it being self sufficient or self sustaining, and it really only needs itself, or like it needs like a little bit to go a long way, and like you're just constantly like we're so like efficient. We just want the main idea of everything so quickly, and maybe that's like what society is leaning more towards. I mean, with Chat GPT and everything, and people not even wanting to Google search anymore. You know what I mean? Is GPT a Google? Is ChatGPT just a Google search? I don't know. I've seen some people get some like wrong responses on stuff on that, and I've also seen people use it for assignments and stuff, and have them like repeat the same thing like 3 different times. And that's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like if this is Israel's strongest, then by all means, I'm not using that shit at all. But yeah, we are so we want to min max everything. We want to get the max amount of satisfaction with the minimal amount of energy. Min max. That's a video game term, by the way. I think it might be like a term used for something else, but also used in video games type shit. But I know it for video games because you want to sort of, I guess, get the max amount of rewards for the minimal amount of effort, or you know what I mean. So we always want to min max, and uh, you know why more word when less word good. You know what I mean? So it's like we throw out references all the time, and we catch them, and we sort of even simplify those, and we sort of I don't know, it's cute. It's like this little cute connection, this little understanding we have with each other, and it's a tight knit community. It's a nice. No, it feels like a tight knit community. You know what I mean? Whenever you catch a reference to like a show or something like that in another show, you're always like, oh, that's crazy. They referenced, that, and there are definitely people who don't get that reference because they haven't seen that show, and you feel like, oh, that's sort of catered to me, like that's for us. And when you have just and like an ever evolving reference on reference on reference sort of style of comedy, it's hard to keep up, man. There's hella things. I mean, you're never going to be in tune with everything that's going on, right? I mean, you're not going to know everything that's happening in the news, everything that's happening around the world. There's, I mean, viral moments happening in Brazil right now that like I'm in New York and can't do anything about, and I'm not tapped in, but maybe their memes going on right now are hotter, fresher, and like way more, and probably provide way more longevity. Maybe they'll be funnier in the long run. Maybe they're impactful memes. Maybe they're things that change the world. But I wouldn't know because I'm over here in New York. So, but even like dude, even like New York lingo and stuff like that, like seeing New York lingo in comment sections, or seeing references to anything region wise in comment sections, or uh, seeing any sort of reference to anything in comment sections, you're sort of like, oh, this is a weird little crevice I find myself in the sort of wall of content that I'm scrolling through. You know what I mean? And this is a nice little corner tucked away where like people understand, and you know what I mean. There's that comment that's like, if you think the TikTok's gonna be funny, just wait till you open the comments, and it's super true because like not only do we want to laugh together, I mean it's all like we want to laugh with each other. You know what I mean? It's like naturally when something funny happens or when someone tells a story, you naturally want to tell something similar or want to speak of an adjacent experience because you're like, oh, that's really funny. Let's move this along. This is also something that happened, or maybe dwell on it for a second. And it's just the idea of community and unity and understanding each other. You know what I mean? There's so much chaos and there's so much negativity and fucking bullshit in this day to day random life of ours, and it's those small moments that we have as reminders that we are in this together. You know what I mean? I know I'm constantly preaching like positivity and like embracing the negative parts of life and stuff like that. And yeah, I think this is sort of, I just sort of wanted to talk about like memes and sort of how long they've lived, and how long they sort of probably been around, because I mean like the first what is the first real like reference, because me when I'm talking about memes, it's essentially like a reference, but like now that we have digital age and everything, it's a picture as well. Bye. It's a sorry, my sister is leaving. um with this digital age and stuff, it's really easy to just pair a visual with, you know, like a with an idea, and just have that sort of take a life on its own. You know what I mean? Memes are sort of living on their own, and becoming their own thing, evolving, expanding, and it's super interesting to see. I've always been involved in internet culture and stuff, almost to a fault, and like I've always caught references and stuff, and wanted to be involved, because like my brother kind of implied, it's sort of like a image with an inside joke, and I with like a reference, an inside joke, and like a joke you had to sort of be in on to know. And I mean, I had serious fucking FOMO growing up. Like I did not want to miss out on anything. I tried to be a part of every fandom for like half a second, and then like, you know, I'm fake, I'm a fraud, I'm a snake in the sand, I'm a meddler, you know what I mean? But yeah, um go uh take the internet seriously, man, because it really is serious. It really is way larger than you think. And I mean, like, simultaneously turn the screen off and go outside, because everything is like, everything online isn't the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, specifically with like, I don't even want to get into like cancer culture and stuff like that, but there's that side of the creators where it's like, ha ha ha, how is cyberbullying real? Ha ha ha, just close your laptop. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And it's a really fucked up way to talk about it, but it's not entirely like false, because it is easy to delve deeper into like the negativity in life when you're sort of all surrounded by it. I mean, the internet is constantly highlighting everyone's life, and when you're surrounded by just like the best of the best, and you return to the mundane of life, I mean, it could be a pretty, you know, jagged and sharp juxtaposition. You kind of naturally see your life as maybe not as interesting as what's going on the screen. It's literally meant to be a highlight reel, constantly there. You know what I mean? A tool with highlight reels. You know what I mean? Sorry, a lot of people use their phone for like calls and work and like important stuff. So like I'm bugging out, but like uh yeah. With social media and entertainment apps and stuff like that, it's really easy to um it's really easy to get lost in it all, and sort of see it as a bigger threat than it actually is. I'm always a fan of telling my friends to take a step back, and um, how problems can at times feel like a mountain when you're in them, but in reality be a molehill. You know what I mean? Like yeah, but obviously also not the case sometimes. You could definitely be underreacting to some things, and yeah, but memes, man. I remember after getting into memes, and specifically like a lot of comedians, but specifically like Filthy Frank. Man, his Pink Guy album really changed my idea of what music was, comedy, and like that might be one of my favorite albums of all time, because it's like so potent. You know what I mean? It's so potent. There's a lot of hidden gems in there, and um, yeah. I wore Filthy Frank on my sleeve. I know I said I went for him as meme day, but I also just wanted to be him. Like everything from like his musical talent to his sense of humor to his raunchy, you know, voice is iconic. You know what I mean? Everything to the characters and world building he did. Everything about Joji or Filthy Frank or George Miller or whatever, like just, oh my god, somebody is dying right now, man. Have a sip for them. Have a pour one out for them. Seriously though, it is 85 degrees. Whoever is in a fire right now, I'm praying for you. You're already in hell, low key. Okay, but yeah, um, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, no, fucking fire truck, or ambulances maybe. I don't know. I used to wear Joji on my sleeve a ton, because I mean, like from comedy to music, he just uh and his impact on culture. I mean internet culture. I mean creating the Harlem Shake. I mean like on the iceberg of things you know about Joji, it's like, oh, did you know did you know he's Filthy Frank? Oh, did you know he was a YouTuber? Oh, did you know that he invented the Harlem Shake? You know what I mean? It's like I feel like um I feel like that, like you can't understate his presence on or his footprint on the internet, and I really, really love that, and I could see that from a young age. I could see like all the glory he had, even if it was like just thousands of subscribers. Just like how quickly people sort of understood and loved his humor. Like I showed him to my friends and stuff, and they like were laughing so much. And other friends would show me his videos that I hadn't seen and deleted stuff in other channels, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is so fucking funny!" And so, oh my god, it's like I turned into an angel when I put my white sleeves up. That's crazy. Oh, I am Angel. Welcome to Angel's Reach. But yeah, I absolutely memes, references, inside jokes, all that stuff. Loved it, loved it, loved it, and always will, and will continue to love it. I want to talk more about like references and memes, and I wanted to do a series where like I sort of review a bunch of like saved Instagram reels and like TikToks that I have, and sort of just go through with them because every once in a while at work I like to go back at my old videos and just see what I saved and like laugh at them all over again. And yeah. But please understand that the internet is powerful, and also take a break from it. It's not that deep. You know what I mean? Okay, I know that might seem paradoxical, but don't worry about it. It's not redundant. It's respectable. It's not redundant. It's recyclable. It's not redundant. It's repetitive. Okay, that's it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever. Let me know what your favorite meme is. Let me know what your first meme was. You remember the first thing you sent? You know what I mean? I think yeah, mine probably was a Big Bang Theory meme too, or something like that. Maybe like the dinosaur with his like, oh my god, or like the dinosaur with his talent like that. Oh my gosh, I'm so cringe, bro. And I used to think, oh my gosh, and oh my gosh, I could go into humor. I'm gonna go into humor in a whole different video, but like the edgy phase you sort of have when you're teens and stuff like that, thinking that like certain stuff is funny just because it's shock value and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of what Joji was. A lot of what Filthy Frank was like shock humor, disgusting stuff, and ridiculous, out of place stuff. But I mean, like it stopped, and like it spawned like a bunch of new breeds of comedy and extremities, and oh my gosh, I want to talk about comedy more. I want to talk about comedy more, and I will in another video. But I gotta get ready for work, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.